Welcome to Dark Chronicles, the podcast where we uncover the most chilling and unusual stories from around the world. I'm Kaito from the Dread Files, and today we're diving into one of Indonesia's most disturbing true crime cases, Sumanto, the man whose name became synonymous with cannibalism. Now, before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This episode contains graphic content that may not be suitable for all listeners. Listener discretion is advised. All right, let's get into it. Sumanto's story begins in Purbalingga, a small regency in central Java, Indonesia. Born in 1972, he was an ordinary village man, at least on the surface. But what happened in the early 2000s shocked not just his community, but the entire country. Sumanto wasn't just any criminal. He was a man who confessed to something that is almost unheard of in modern times, eating human flesh. But what drove him to commit such an act? Was it hunger, a mental illness, or something even darker? The crime that shocked Indonesia. The case unraveled in 2003. Sumanto was arrested after he exhumed the body of an elderly woman from a graveyard and ate her flesh. He later confessed to authorities that he believed consuming human meat would grant him supernatural powers, making him stronger, more powerful, and even invincible. Now, here's where things get even more bizarre. When he was questioned, Sumanto showed little to no remorse. In fact, he openly admitted that he had an appetite for human flesh. He even claimed that he had done it before. At the time of his arrest, the local community was horrified. People feared him, and some even believed his claims of supernatural strength. Indonesian media quickly picked up the story, and Sumanto became a nationwide sensation, though for all the wrong reasons. But what exactly made Sumanto do what he did? Experts have debated this for years. Some psychologists diagnosed him with a severe personality disorder, possibly schizophrenia or psychopathy. Others believe he was simply deeply influenced by local mystical beliefs. In some rural Indonesian communities, traditional black magic, or ilmu hitam, is still practiced. Some believe in supernatural rituals involving human remains, and Sumanto himself claimed he was following such practices. But was he a true believer, or was he just mentally unstable? Whatever the case, the legal system treated him as a criminal. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Many were surprised by the relatively light sentence, but in Indonesia, desecration of a corpse carries a lesser punishment than murder. Life after prison, a changed man. Sumanto was released in 2008 after serving his sentence. But here's the twist. His return to society wasn't exactly welcomed. His own community rejected him, refusing to take him back. People were still terrified of him. He was eventually taken in by a Muslim cleric who tried to help rehabilitate him, teaching him religious values and guiding him away from his dark past. Interestingly, in recent years, Sumanto has appeared in public events, even giving interviews where he claims to have repented and changed his ways. But many people still find it hard to believe that a man who once openly admitted to craving human flesh could ever truly reform. So, what do we make of Sumanto's story? Is he a man who simply lost his way, or is he still hiding darker urges beneath the surface? His case raises questions about mental illness, cultural beliefs, and the thin line between superstition and crime. One thing is for sure, his name remains infamous in Indonesia, a chilling reminder of how reality can sometimes be more terrifying than fiction. That's it for today's episode of Dark Chronicles. If you found this case as fascinating as we did, make sure to follow us for more stories from the dark side of history. And hey, what do you think? Was Sumanto truly rehabilitated, or is there more to his story than we know? Let us know your thoughts.